My name is Rachelle. We're gonna do a little slow flow yoga practice. All right, so start by grounding. Close your eyes. Use each inhale to lengthen the spine and each exhale to soften the tension from your eyes, your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. So a couple days ago, I was doing a practice. I told some of you about it on Tuesday, but it was talking about the inhale being masculine and the exhale being feminine. And I'd never heard it put that way, but it made perfect sense. This idea that everything is this polarity, these opposites that sometimes we like to classify as good and bad. But really, it seems like it makes a lot more sense to think of it instead of good or bad as this masculine and feminine. Whether we're talking about chaos and order, or light and dark, or head and heart, thinking there's just these two different energies that have to find this perfect balance to dance in harmony. And imagining that with each breath, we're not only expanding and contracting just like the universe, and that even that expansion could be considered the masculine or the positive, and the contraction could be considered the negative or the feminine. You know, the first time I heard Jordan Peterson talk about masculine being order and feminine being chaos, I bristled a little bit. But then I was like, okay, this makes sense. Just this idea makes sense, like that maybe men are more wired for this logical thinking and we're like the spiritual side of things. But now in my practice the last couple of days, I've really incorporated this thought that we're expanding and contracting. And just by doing that, we're moving in and out of that light and dark, masculine, feminine, and trying to let go of my ideas about which part of it is good or bad. And just letting it be what it is. So see if you can feel on that inhale, this kind of masculinity, this kind of adrenal response, this kind of like ready to take over the world sensation. And see if you can imagine that the exhale has this softer, this more feminine, letting go aspect. And just by balancing them out and making them last the same amount of time, we're creating that balance in this dance between the two, between the light and the dark, the chaos and the order. And see if you can keep that dance balanced as we start to move our bodies. Inhale the arms up overhead, squeeze the palms together, lift everything up. Hi, Sarah. Exhale, turn and twist to the right. Inhale back through center, press the sit bones down, reach up, fill up. Exhale, turn and twist to the left. Do this a couple times with your own breath. Make sure to press both sit bones down and find all the length you can, expanding your body. And on the exhale, find all the softness you can. Let the shoulders melt, soften the jaw. See how long you can make each breath and each move last. Do one more time to each side and then come back to stillness in the center. Then we'll inhale the arms up overhead one more time, and then we'll hinge forward, bringing the hands to the ground. Let your head be heavy. Keep the sit bones rooting down. Keep using each exhale to soften just a little bit more. Walk your hands over to the right, maybe placing the left hand on top of the right. Press the left sit bone down. Inhale, lengthen to the whole left side. Feel your body expanding. Exhale, soften. Slowly come back through center, walk it over to the left. So it's funny because I was even thinking about it as in like in yoga, we're trying to find this perfect balance of strength and flexibility. And it's taken me years and years to feel like I have the right balance. I always had a little too much strength and not enough flexibility. And it's not that one is good or bad, right? It's just about finding this balance. You need a certain amount of tension to kind of hold you together. Slowly come back to center and sink in for one more breath. See if there's anything else you're willing to let go of here as you soften. And then slowly come back up. Now we're just going to come back into a child's pose, letting your forehead rest on the ground. Keep your hands really active, just like down dog. Press into your hands. Find that external rotation of the upper arms, hollowing out the armpits as you turn them in towards the face. And then press into your fingers and knuckles to press the sit bones back, finding length. But then soften through the traps, the jaw, the eyes, the shoulders. I think for the longest time, I did think, though, that it was bad, that I wasn't flexible, and this was bad. And I wanted to put that label on it, you know, instead of just realizing they were just two different aspects, the masculine and feminine aspects. Obviously, the strength being masculine and the flexibility being feminine. And as soon as I let go of the idea that, oh, it's bad that I'm not more flexible, or I need to be more flexible, and I just looked at it as this dance to find the balance, it really helped me to integrate that. And I think even in each pose, you can find that balance of strength and surrender. All right, we're going to slowly slide all the way out onto the belly. Untuck your toes. Press into the feet and lift the heart just about an inch. All right, hug the elbows in, reach them back towards the feet. Now soften the shoulders. Don't use the hands at all. Press into the feet to lift the heart a little more. And let every inhale lift you up just a little higher. If your back is not quite ready for this, every exhale lower all the way back down. Otherwise, every inhale lifts you up a little more. And every exhale, you soften something, letting go a little bit. Breathing some life into the low back. Maybe straightening all the way into the arms and lifting through the heart, lifting the chin up, looking up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Slowly press it back through child's pose. Curl the toes under and lift up, downward facing dog. Press into those fingers and knuckles. Shake the head a little bit. Maybe you want to pedal it out a little bit or sway the hips. Find your breath, balance it out. Now slowly tiptoe your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Spread your feet as wide as your hips. Grab onto your elbows and start to sway a little bit. Shake your head yes and no. Make sure you're not holding it up at all. Soften the traps away from the ears. Start to press down into the feet. And try to find this fluid movement. Feel the masculine part, the strength, as you press down into the feet and lift the hips up. And then try to find some softness as you just kind of let go, creating that ragdoll sensation with the upper body, moving like water. Come back to center, release your arms, bend your knees, tuck your chin, inhale here. Exhale as you slowly roll up, letting your arms and head stay heavy. Press into the feet, lift the heart, roll the shoulders down the back. And now we're just gonna let the arms swing, kind of like dead weight here, just letting them hit where they do. If it's tricky on your knees, go ahead and come up on the toes and bend that knee, let it come in a little bit. See if you can pay attention to your spine and maybe feel some little micro adjustments happening here as you warm things up. Maybe even some little pops. Maybe getting a little more momentum. Slowly come back to stillness in the center. Step your feet together. Inhale the arms up overhead. Squeeze the palms together, lift everything up. Exhale, swan dive. Press into the feet and lengthen forward. Draw the belly in and up to fold a little deeper. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. And find this nice long line of energy here. Find your strength here. Press your hands into the mat to lift yourself a little bit higher. And then slowly lower down either chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. And meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. Do that one more time, see how long you can make it last. Come up really high on the toes, expand your body with this breath. Exhale, let it all out. Now, slowly, keep your head heavy and just slowly turn your head like you're gonna look over at your left arm. Notice the tendency to kind of tense up a little bit, but let the head hang. Keep pressing into the hands. You're looking at your left elbow, but then softening through the traps, the eyes, the shoulders. Still rooting into both hands evenly. Maybe you can look beyond the elbow, up towards the left hand a little bit, but still softening with each exhale. Come back to center and slowly turn to look at the right elbow. Keep softening, keep pressing through the hands. Maybe look beyond over to the right hand. And slowly come back to center. Inhale, lift the right foot high, come up on the tippy toes. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and hold here. Try to touch your forehead to your knee. Pull your belly in out of the way. Squeeze your knee in a little closer towards the nose. Inhale, shoot it back up. Press the left heel down. Now come back up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose and step it through. Inhale, come up. Crescent lunge. Stack your knee right over your ankle by pressing it straight out over your second toe. Draw your right hip back. Reach up out of the waist. Soften the traps down. Maybe hands come together and you gaze up at the thumbs. Feel that strength on your inhale. Expand your body. Feel that softness on the exhale as you let go of some of this tension. Keep your heart lifted. Draw your elbows towards each other behind you. Inhale, come up, straight legs, straight arms, maybe palms touch and you reach up a little more. Exhale, bend at the elbows, draw them back more, open the heart. Inhale, come up, move with your own breath. See how long you can make each breath and each move last. On this next exhale, we'll lower all the way down to that left knee. Keep your heart lifting. Untuck your toes. Sink in a little more and then reach back up out of the waist, maybe starting to find a little backward bend. Now maybe it feels good to lift the right heel up off the ground. Lower the right heel down, lower the hands down. Now lift the toes up off the ground, shift the hips back like half splits. Maybe you can start to straighten the right leg. Keep the heart lifted and the shoulders soft, maybe starting to bend at the elbows. Slowly lower the right foot down. Inhale the arms back up. Exhale the hands to heart center. Turn and twist to the right. Hook the left elbow and then turn the heart towards the thumbs, maybe placing the thumbs in the center of the chest. Keep pressing the right knee forward and drawing the left hip back a little bit. Press the right hand down into the left hand. Soften through the shoulders, the traps, the jaw, the eyes. Evening out each breath. Curl the left toes under, lift the left knee up off the ground. Keep pressing the right knee forward as you draw the left heel back. Find your balance. Slowly step the left foot forward to meet the right. Sink into the heels, lower the booty a little bit. Pull the belly in, keep twisting open. Keep using each exhale to soften just a little bit more. Now open the arms up and keep rolling that right shoulder back. Stay seated in your chair. Keep your upper body facing this direction. Just lift your upper body up. Keep reaching the right hand back. Maybe the gaze follows. Draw the left hip back, trying to keep your hips both facing that top edge of the mat. Soften through the shoulders. Find your breath. Slowly step the left foot back like reverse crescent. Right hand finds left thigh. Right knee bends a little more. Left hand reaches up. Now plant the left hand down. Stack the shoulders. Gaze up at the right hand. Soften the traps. Slowly lower the right hand down. Step the right foot back and hold here in plank. Find that nice long line of energy. Back of the neck is long. Heart is shining forward. Now slowly turn and look over your right shoulder. Keep softening on the exhale and the inhale. Come back to center, looking down, back of the neck long, and slowly gaze over your left shoulder. Slowly come back to center and lower down chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. One more time, make it last. Find that balance. Next inhale, lift your left foot high, come up on the toes. Exhale, draws the knee to the nose. Hold here, round it out, pull the belly in. Keep pressing into your hands. Inhale, as the left foot shoots up, the right heel presses down. Then come back up on the toes and exhale, knee to nose, step it through, crescent lunge. Knee over ankle, shoulders over hips, sink in. Maybe left thigh gets parallel to the ground. Get those hips facing the top edge. Use your inhale to lengthen and expand. Use your exhale to soften and let go. Keep your breath and your gaze steady. Keep your heart lifted. Draw the elbows towards each other. Sink in a little more. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down. Move with your breath, slowing things way down. Next exhale, lower the right knee all the way down. Keep lifting through the heart. Untuck your toes, sink in, reach up, maybe find a little backward bend. Feel the left foot pressing down and energetically drawing back to draw that left hip back into the socket. Maybe it feels good to lift the left heel up off the ground. Slowly lower the left heel, lower the hands, pick the toes up, press the hips back. Keep the heart lifted, face and shoulders soften. Even out your breath. Steady your gaze. Lower the left foot down. Inhale the arms up. Bring the hands to the heart. Turn and twist to the left. Keep pressing the left knee forward. Twist the heart towards the thumbs, maybe placing them on the center of the chest. Left hand pressing down into the right, left shoulder rolling back, using each exhale to soften. Feel the length through your spine and the back of your neck. Soften through the neck, jaw. Curl the right toes under, lift the right knee up. Press the left knee forward, press the right heel back. Keep twisting the spine open. Slowly step the right foot forward to meet the left. Sit down into the chair a little more. Pull the belly in. Keep twisting. Keep softening on each exhale. Open the arms up. Roll that left shoulder back. Stay seated in your chair. Keep your upper body facing this direction. Just lift it up. Gaze back at the left hand. Draw the right hip back and soften. Slowly step the right foot back. Reverse crescent. Left hand finds right thigh. Left knee bends a lot. Right hand reaches up. Cartwheel right hand down. Stack the shoulders. Find more length as you reach up through the fingers. Find more length as you press the left knee forward and the right heel back. Keep softening on each exhale. Slowly lower the left hand down. Step the left foot back to plank and lower through chaturanga. Leading back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. One more time, make it last. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Come up on the toes. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Keep the arms straight. Keep the back of the neck long. Press into the fingers and knuckles more. Drop the right knee down to the right wrist. Pick it back up to the shoulder. One more time, lower it down to the wrist. Pick it back up to the shoulder. Inhale, shoot it back up, three-legged dog. Try to keep sinking into your left heel as you open the right leg now. Bending the right knee, pointed up at the sky, and try to stack the hips. Keep pressing into your hands evenly. Relax your head and your neck. Soften through the traps and twist open one more time. Slowly come back, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, high on the tippy toes. This time on the exhale, maybe you stick out your tongue and shake your head and really let it all out. Just once this time. Inhale, lift your left foot up high. Come up on the toes. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Arms are straight and strong. Back of the neck is long. See what you can soften on each exhale. Drop the left knee to the left wrist. Bring it back up to the armpit. One more time, down to the wrist. Back up to the armpit. Inhale, shoot it up. Right heel presses down. Bend the left knee, point it up. Try to stack the hips. Relax your head and your neck. Press into your fingers and knuckles. Twist open here. Slowly come back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high on the tippy toes. Ripple forward into plank. Slowly roll to the outside edge of your left foot. Peel the right arm up, side plank. Press down into the fingers and knuckles to lift your hips a little higher. Reach your right arm up alongside the ear. Maybe the right foot lifts up. Slowly come back to plank and lower through chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. Inhale up on the tippy toes, ripple forward into plank. Roll to the outside of the right foot, peel the left arm up, side plank. You can lower the right knee if you need to, otherwise lift your hips a little higher. Reach the left arm up alongside the ear and lengthen out. Maybe the left foot lifts up here. Slowly come back to plank. Walk or slide the feet back, lowering down to forearm plank. So your hands look just like down dog. Fingers spread wide, hands shoulder width distance apart. Back of the neck is long. See if you can still keep that balance between your inhale and your exhale. Still trying to soften on each exhale. Slowly walk your feet in, let your booty go up like dolphin pose. Head is heavy, breath is deep. Soften the traps, the neck, the jaw. Slowly lower down to child's pose. Unless you're working on kicking up or you want to stay here for just a little bit longer, stay with your breath. So in your child's pose, you can do any arm variation you like. Maybe you bring your hands into prayer behind your head, or maybe you reach your arms back behind you, palms by your sides, facing up. See if you can make each breath last just a little bit longer and find that balance. Imagine every time we take a breath where the inhale is equal to the exhale, we're balancing the two hemispheres of the brain, balancing the head with the heart, the masculine with the feminine, the light with the dark. I'm trying to let go of any notion of any of those things being good or bad. When you're ready, we'll come back up, downward facing dog. Tuck your chin a little bit, lengthen the back of the neck, look up at the belly. Draw the belly in and up, hollow it out, sink into the heels. Melt the heart down towards the knees a little bit, melt the belly down towards the thighs. Inhale, lift the right foot up, come up high on the tippy toes. Exhale, bring the right knee to the right armpit. Drop it down to the wrist. Back up to the armpit. One more time, drop it to the wrist. Back up to the armpit. Inhale, shoot it back up. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Warrior two, left heel spins out and down. Press the right knee straight out over second toe. Maybe thigh gets parallel to the ground. Gaze out over the right fingertips. Press down into all four corners of both feet. Find your strength on the inhale. Find length. Expand your body. Find softness on the exhale. Let go of some tension. And then find this perfect balance of strength and surrender. See if you can find this continuous balance instead of this oscillating back and forth on the inhale and exhale. And now bring the right elbow to the right knee. First reach the left arm straight up and lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then reach that left arm up alongside the ear. Keep pressing the right knee straight out over second toe. If it's trying to collapse in, use your right elbow to press it back a little bit to keep it stacked over the ankle. Now press your elbow into your knee. You roll your heart up towards the sky a little bit, opening your heart towards the sky. Reach through the fingers a little more. Press down into the feet. See what you can soften on the exhale. On the inhale, we'll reverse it. Keep the deep bend in your right knee. Maybe your left hand reaches around for that right hip. Stay for one more breath as you press the right knee forward and reach the right hand up. Slowly cartwheel hands down. Shoot the right foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. Maybe you flip it over. Reaching the right arm up and over, lifting the hips, lifting the heart. See what you can soften and let go of on the exhale. Slowly come back to plank. Lower through chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. One more time, make it last. Maybe stick out the tongue, shake the head, and really let it all out. Inhale, lift the left foot up high, come up on the toes. Exhale, left knee, left armpit, and hold. Feel free to find an arm balance if you like. Drop the knee to the wrist. Back up to the armpit. Back down to the wrist. Back up to the armpit, shoot it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, warrior two. Right heel spins out and down. Press the left knee forward. Find that maximum wingspan. Don't forget to soften on the exhale. Press down into the feet. Keep your gaze and your breath steady, balanced. Left elbow, left knee, right arm reaches up, up, up first, and then over. Keep pressing the left knee straight out over second toe. If it's collapsing in, use the elbow, press it back. Use the elbow, roll the heart up towards the sky, and then reach through the fingers. All four corners of the feet pressing down, soften the traps, the eyes, the neck. Balance your breath. Left knee stays deeply bent, reverse it. Maybe right hand reaches around, stay for one more breath. Cartwheel hands down, shoot the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips, maybe flip it over. Slowly come back to plank. Lower through chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. Inhale up on the toes, ripple forward into plank. Walk or slide the feet back, lower the elbows down, forearm plank. Turn and twist, kiss the mat with the right hip. Inhale back through center. Exhale, left hip. Inhale back through center, move with your own breath. Keep the back of the neck long but soft. Keep your gaze steady. Your breath balanced. Keep rooting down into the hands and the wrists. Maybe from here you want to come into a dolphin pose or just come into a child's pose. Slow the breath down and recommit to finding that balance. Using every single breath as a new opportunity to find balance. When you're ready, come back up, downward facing dog. Shift your gaze up between your hands, bend your knees, and walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart, and hands down by your sides. Now we're gonna lift the right foot up into tree pose. Root down into the left foot, growing roots through the floor. Bring your hands to your heart. Press your hips forward, let your knee fall back. See if you can grow visibly taller on the inhale and visibly softer on the exhale. See if you can grow taller and softer at the same time, finding that continuous balance instead of that back and forth. Maybe this is enough and you just want to stay right here. Maybe you want to turn and twist to the left, grabbing onto your hips to use as a little bit of leverage to pull that left shoulder back a little more. Soften the shoulders down, keep your chin parallel to the ground. Root down into the left foot, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften, twist just a little bit more. Slowly come back to center. Now we're gonna cross the right knee over the left. Maybe you can get your toes to wrap all the way around here. Inhale the arms up, sweep the right arm under the left. See if you can get your palms to touch. Draw the elbows out and up. Soften the shoulders down the back. Keep the back of the neck long. Pull the belly in, sink in a little bit, softening that standing ankle and standing knee. Draw your upper body back. Slowly come up, lift your right knee up high. Now hinge forward and shoot the right foot up high like standing splits with eagle arms. Let your head be heavy. Keep rooting down into the left foot and reaching up through the right. Try to level the hips out. Slowly step it back to crescent lunge with eagle arms. Press the left knee forward. Find a little backward bend. Release the arms, plant the right hand down, roll the left hand up, gaze up at that left hand. Roll to the outside of the right foot, sweep the left foot back, side plank. Reach the left arm up alongside the ear, lengthen out, step the left foot behind you, flip it over. Reach through the fingers, relax your head and your neck. Slowly come back to plank and lower through chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. Shift your gaze up between the hands, bend the knees, and walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Press into the feet, inhale, reverse swan dive, maybe a little backward bend this time. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Lift the left foot up into tree pose. Root down to the right foot. Bring your hands to your heart. Scoop the hips forward. Let the knee fall back. Inhale, taller. Exhale, softer. And then both taller and softer on the inhale and exhale. Staying right here if that's enough, or maybe you want to turn and twist to the right. Grabbing onto your hips to twist that right shoulder back. Chin is parallel to the ground. Root to rise here. Find a little more length, a little more softness. Let something go. Slowly come back to center. Lift the left knee up. Cross it over the right. See if you can get the toes to wrap around. Arms out to the sides. Left arm under right. See if you can get the palms to touch. Sink in a little bit. Belly in. Elbows out and up. Soften the shoulders down the back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Find that balance between your inhale and your exhale. Keep your gaze steady. Slowly come back up. Lift the left knee high. Hinge forward. Shoot the left foot up like standing splits with eagle arms. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. The more you root down into the right foot, the easier it will be to balance. Slowly step back, crescent lunge with eagle arms, bend the right knee a lot. Find a little backward bend. Release the arms, plant the left hand, gaze up at the right hand, roll to the outside of the left foot, sweep the right foot back, side plank. Right arm up alongside the ear, right foot steps back, flip it over. Let something go here. Chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. Now we're gonna hop the feet up to the outside of the hands, bend your knees, shift your gaze and hop it up there. Find that deep yogic squat, sink down into the heels. All right, now we're gonna plant the right hand. We're gonna kind of hook the forearm under the shin here and plant the right hand down firm and peel the left arm up. Maybe the gaze can follow. Keep lowering the sit bones down and lifting the heart up. Soften the shoulders down and try to twist open a little bit. Maybe using your elbow against that shin for a little bit of leverage. Don't forget to soften on each exhale, letting something go here. Slowly come back to center and hook that left forearm under that shin. Lower the sit bones, peel the right arm up and twist. And slowly come back to center. Now if you want to try a little arm balance, we're going to bring our hands to the ground, fingers spread wide, hands shoulder width distance apart, just like always, just like down dog. And you can either bring your knees to the outside of your arms, in which case you're going to be pressing out against the knees and squeezing in against the elbows. That's how you'll keep them stuck there. Or you can straighten into the arms, come up on the tippy toes and bring your knees into your armpits, using the upper arm as a shelf here. Either way, you're going to see if you can lift your feet up off the ground. Press into your fingers and knuckles a lot to protect your wrists. If you get the feet lifted, try to draw them in and up a little bit more. Still seeing what you can soften on the exhale. Maybe from here you drop into a headstand. Take your time. Maybe from your headstand you come back into that arm balance and shoot it back into chaturanga. Optional vinyasa. We'll all meet back in child's pose. Slow the breath down. Slowly come back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot high. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Lower it down to the wrist. Back up to the armpit. Back down to the wrist. Now bring it over to the left wrist for half pigeon pose. I'm sorry, bring it back to the right wrist. Yeah, half pigeon pose. Wiggle the left toes back a little bit. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, lift the heart, walk the hands back with the hips and puff up the chest. Now slowly walk forward, bringing the forehead down to rest if you can. If it doesn't make it to the ground, go ahead and stack your arms, creating a little pillow here. Now really focus on the breath. Count the seconds of the inhale. See how long you can make it last. And then make the exhale last just as long and soften. Use your awareness and your breath to release this tension in your body. Use this balance, the masculine and feminine, to help you build strength and flexibility. Slowly come back up onto the hands. And then we're going to keep the left hand planted and reach the right foot back for that, right hand back for that foot. Maybe you can grab the pinky toe side here and start to kick into the hand. Keep rooting down into fingers and knuckles of that left hand, lifting through the heart, and then creating that resistance, pulling the foot in and kicking into the hand. Feeling that little bit of push-pull, but then trying to feel it, this continuous resistance instead of that back and forth. Slowly, gently release those toes down. Roll to the outside of the right hip. Sweep the left foot up and around, flat on the ground. Lower the left glute back down. Turning twist to the left. Plant the left fingertips at the base of the spine to lengthen. Reach the right hand up. Turn and twist to the left more as you hook the elbow outside the knee. Draw the left shoulder back more and let the gaze follow. Root down into the sit bones. Let that inhale lengthen your spine and the back of your neck. Let it expand your body. Hold on to it as long as you can. Let that exhale soften your shoulders, your eyes, your jaw, and then twist a little more after you empty all the air out. See how long you can make each breath last. See how much length and strength you can find on the inhale. And see how much softness and letting go you can do on the exhale. Maybe you can lengthen and soften at the same time. So keep your twist just this deep, just your head turns to gaze over the right shoulder slowly, slowly, slowly. Gaze a little past the shoulder and down. Deepen your twist by pressing your elbow into your knee. One more time, let go of all that tension. Soften the traps. Slowly, gently unwind through center. Find a little counter twist on the right. Slowly come back up. We're gonna unwind, we'll just cross the feet. It's an optional vinyasa. You can plant the hands and shoot the feet back, or you can just slowly make your way back. Downward facing dog. Press into the hands, let the head be heavy. Inhale, high on the toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. Inhale, left foot reaches up high. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Lower down to the wrist. Back up to the armpit. Back down to the wrist, half pigeon pose. Wiggle the right toes back, lower the right knee. Walk the hands back with the hips, lift the heart. Keep the length in your spine as you walk forward. Bring the forehead down to rest, either on the ground or stacked on the arms. And use all of your awareness to stay with this breath as long as you can. Use your exhale and your awareness to soften any areas that feel tense. Giving this tension permission to leave your body. So your body thinks you need this tension, and it's not wrong. Some of it you do need. And if we're not mindful and we do a lot of exercise, we do need that tension to prevent injury. Slowly come back up. Keep your right hand planted. Reach your left hand back for that foot, creating that resistance. So it's like you're communicating with the body, like making a deal with it, like saying, hey, I don't need you to create all this tension in my neck. I can be mindful. I can take care of myself. So just by being mindful, you're allowing your nervous system and your body to not have to stay tense to prevent you from doing something stupid. So you're building this trust, this relationship, this balance. Saying, I think that's a little more tension than I need. Let's try to soften some of that. I'll tread lightly. Slowly, gently lower the toes down, roll to the outside of the left hip, swing the right foot up and around, lower the right glute down, turn to the right, plant the fingertips, the base of the spine to lengthen. Left hand reaches up, elbow hooks outside knee for leverage. Use that leverage, roll that right shoulder back. Gaze just gently follows. Inhale, lengthen, expand your body. Imagine if you could get just one more sip of air. That would help you to let go, just that one more little layer of tension. Notice how after you empty all the air, there's a little more space. Twist into that space and let go. See if you can lengthen and soften on this last breath. See how long you can make it last. Keep the depth of your twist, just your head slowly turns to the left, out past the left shoulder a little bit and down. Deepen the twist with the elbow against the knee. One last chance to let go as you soften the traps, the jaw, the eyes. Slowly Unwind through center. Find that counter twist on the left. And come back to center. Bring your feet flat on the ground. Lift your feet up. Grab the backs of your knees. You can stay right here, or you can straighten the arms and legs. Hug the legs together. Reach out through the balls of the feet. Lift the heart. Pull the belly in. Find your breath. Find softness in your face. Find strength in your core. Inhale, lengthen to a hover. Keep looking down at the feet. Keep reaching out through the balls of the feet. Exhale, come up. Feel everything hugging into center line. Move with your own breath. Whenever you've had enough, just roll onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. And then go ahead and find a happy baby. Maybe rocking side to side, massaging out some of that tension in your low back. Maybe you hook the peace sign fingers around the big toes and straighten your legs out wide to the sides. Tuck your chin just a little bit. Draw your shoulders down into the mat. Try to get your lower vertebrae and your booty down on the ground. Hug your knees into your chest. We're gonna roll it back into a plow pose. See if you can get the toes to touch the ground back there behind your head. Maybe you can interlace your fingers back there behind you. Maybe your palms even glue together. Keep softening on each exhale. Try to hold on to the breath for 4, 5, maybe 6, 7 counts each. Maybe you can walk your toes back even further back behind your head. Bring your hands to your low back, straighten your legs up towards the sky, stacking your hips over your shoulders. Squeeze your legs together, lift up through the balls of the feet. Find your breath. One more breath. Squeeze the legs together, reach up through the balls of the feet. Slowly lower back into that plow pose. Any leg variation you like. Maybe you bring the soles of the feet together. Maybe you cover the ears with the knees. Stay with your breath. Use one more breath to soften in. Lower your hands back down. Press into your palms. Slow as you can go. Roll out one vertebrae at a time. Again, feeling some little micro adjustments happening here as you realign your spine. Stick your hands under your booty, palms facing down. Keep the legs straight up towards the sky. Now flex your feet. Draw your toes towards your face. Squeeze your legs together. Kick up through the heels. Tuck your chin a little bit. Draw your shoulders into the mat. Now keep kicking through the heels as you slowly lower down. Let's take 30 seconds to lower the legs down. Pull the belly in. Relax your head and your neck and your face. Feel this balance of strength and surrender as you work the core, but don't allow any of the muscles that don't need to be engaged to work here. Keep softening on each exhale to make sure your face, your head, your neck are not tense here. Not even halfway down yet. Keep squeezing the legs together and kicking out through the heels. Keep pulling the belly in. 10 more seconds. Maybe you want to pop up into a fish once you lower the legs down, pressing down into the elbows to lift the heart, reaching the crown of the head towards the mat behind you. Zip the legs together, reach out through the balls of the feet, press into the elbows, lift the heart, open the heart. Maybe the feet lift up off the ground. Slowly release, hug your knees into your chest. Now spread your feet as wide as your mat and bring your arms out to the sides like cactus. We'll just start to windshield wiper the knees back and forth. So we already did a deep spinal twist, so just slowly move with your breath here. Unless you want to do another deep twist, you can keep your knees on one side. If your knees are on the right, you could hook that right ankle on top of the knee to get a little more twist and maybe gaze out over the left hand. Or if there's a different twist you would rather do, feel free to do that. Or you can just keep windshield wipering your knees back and forth. Staying with your breath. If you were holding it on one side, maybe you windshield wiper back and forth a couple times before holding on the other side. Windshield wiper back and forth a couple more times. And then slowly come back to stillness in the center. And let your legs go long on the mat. Spread your feet as wide as the mat. Let your toes fall open. One more time, tuck the chin just a little tiny bit to lengthen through the back of the neck. Close your eyes. And now we'll let go of controlling the breath. And just imagine that the breath on its own is regulating this balance of strength and surrender, masculine, feminine. And feel how without even trying, each exhale is just allowing you to unwind and soften a little bit more. Give yourself permission to let go. Invite a deeper breath back into your body. Invite movement back into your fingers, into your toes. And invite yourself to stay in this place of calm, in this place of balance. Inviting yourself to look at every single breath as a new chance to find this balance, this dance between the light and the dark, the masculine and feminine. Inviting yourself not to need to judge which parts of it are good or bad. Just being able to go, yeah, a little less of that, a little more of that. When you're ready, roll over onto your right side and see if you can commit to being gentle with yourself. When you're ready, we'll slowly come back up to a seat. Inhale the arms up overhead, squeeze the palms together. Exhale the hands to heart center. Let your head bow to the wisdom of your heart. Lift the thumbs to that space above the eyebrows. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up just as you are. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that.